Hey Jewish mom, you like me, I'm pretty sure, are very very busy now, getting ready for Leil Seder this coming Friday night. So I want to talk about cover a few topics in the pep talk related to this week and sort of get how to get through this week sane. So I wanted to tell you this. I just read a beautiful expression. Somebody once said that only a full pitcher can pour water. I'll say it again. Only a full pitcher can pour water. Right. So this saying. It relates to taking care of ourselves and giving to other people. And so this week, I think probably more than any other week of the year, we really need to make sure that we are staying full. And I know it's nearly impossible because we're giving so much and we're cleaning so much and we're feeding people so much and we're taking care of everyone so much in the house so much and getting ready for everything. But I think that each of us, I want to encourage you, and I'm saying this also to myself because it's very hard, but to really do what we can this week to stay full pitchers, to stay full. So how do we do that? So it's something that I'm working on. I'm working on eating and drinking well and getting enough rest. None of these things are easy. I know this morning, I'm a person who I usually eat like sort of regular meals. And it really was very hard for me, like sit down and stop running around and stop running errands and doing all the different things that I had to do, and actually sit down and eat and make myself, a sandwich and a thing to eat. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to every day really just take some time and really do something really nice for myself. So twice last week, at the end of a very long day, then I took myself out for dinner. I went to like a sort of healthy restaurant in Jerusalem called the Village Green. Got myself a bowl of healthy cream of broccoli soup. It was really good, and it really felt like it just feels like taking out the time. And I read a magazine while I was eating. And taking like an hour just to do something just to really spoil myself. Something that I really never ever do, is take myself out for dinner. So, and also last night, it was after Shabbat, and I was cleaning, and I'd been cleaning up. I just felt like for hours I was just doing various things, getting the house ready, not even getting anywhere near cleaning for Pesach or finishing and cleaning for Pesach, just sort of dealing with the house and getting things somehow under control. And at the end of that, it was like 11 o'clock at night, and I sat down with a hot drink and a piece of cake. And I just sat again with a magazine that I like and just sat for half an hour just taking my time. And there were a million things to do. Like the house was like a wreck, and there were a lot of things to do, and there were a lot of things that I could have just kept on going. But I know that if I keep on going and I keep on doing no matter how clean I can get the house, and no matter how messy the house is now, it really doesn't matter. Like the most important thing, if I'm functioning and I'm feeling healthy and I'm feeling strong and I'm well fed and well rested and in a good mood and not feeling like sort of an embittered martyr, I'm working so hard and I never get to rest. No, okay, taking the time. I know that if I'm able to keep myself as a full pitcher, that not only will I benefit, but my husband will have a normal wife, and my children will have a semi-normal, at least semi-normal mother, and I'll be able to keep on pouring onto everybody. I know. So just like that I think. It's a big challenge getting ready for Pesach, but even a bigger challenge, I think, is keeping ourselves full this week as much as we can. So I want to challenge you, Jewish mom, that this week, every day, that you will do something for yourself to stay full. Also, I wanted to tell you on another topic. So I think a lot of us, we have sort of a lot of kids. All of our kids are out of school, pretty much. All of my kids are out of school and home. And I don't know if your situation is the same. I think in America, the younger kids get out later, maybe. But it's challenging. It's challenging on top of all the pressure that we have to be doing all of this with little kids underfoot. I've spoken in the past. I have an infant, and I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old, they are the ones home this week, and so this morning I was trying to get them ready. And I feel like a lot of pressure just with all the extra things that I have to do. And on top of that, I have to take care of these 2 extra kids. And so in the morning, I actually, for like 3 hours in the morning, I have them sort of like, I have allotted babysitting times to my older girls. That's very nice. But just first thing this morning, like I was trying to get them ready. And my baby, Yonatan, was screaming. And then it was a very difficult thing. Like I got him calm, and then the 2-year-old came and started stuffing the pacifier in his mouth in a way that made him cry again. And so everything I was trying to do, like I was just getting really, really frustrated. And then I guess like the worst thing was that the baby was crying, so I nursed him a little bit. I picked him up, and then he spat up all over the floor. So I tried to get a tissue and go and find where the spit up was, but my floor is white, so I couldn't find the spit up. And then, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but I was wearing socks, and I actually just stepped right in the pile of spit up. I was like, oh my God. I can't believe this. Like just on top of everything I have going on and all of the frustrating things that are happening, and then I have to, change. Like not only is it disgusting to step in your sock on your socks on a pile of spit up, but then I just have to run upstairs and get a new sock before I could leave the house. And at that moment, I walked into the living room. And what was playing what CD had my kids turned on? It was a CD of my dear friend Efrat Razel, and she has a beautiful song called Moda Ani Lefanecha, based on the prayer that we say first thing in the morning. Moda Ani Lefanecha, I thank you. For all the things, and the song goes on, for all the things that I thank you, and I thank you for giving me breath, I thank you for giving me life, and I thank you for giving me my children, I thank you for everything that you've given me. And it's just like such a striking experience, to have that spit up on my foot and just feel like, to be hit by gratitude. Moda ani lefanecha. Thank you, Hashem, for everything. Thank you, Hashem, for these kids. Thank you, Hashem, for this. For a baby who's spitting up on the ground. Thank you, Hashem, for the 2-year-old who stuffed this pacifier to the baby's mouth, and then I had to thank you, Hashem, for all of it. I told you, I think 2 weeks ago, that now as part of the 72 days of Chesed between the 25th of Adar and Shavuot, that I took upon myself that at least several times a day, when my 2-year-old and 4-year-old, when they do things that frustrate me, then I'm going to feel grateful for them. And what I started doing, what I realized is I just remember how much I yearned for these children to be born before they were born. Before Sophia was born, there's between Sophia and the boy who came before her, Yoel, there's 3 years. And in fact, I had been really, it was taking me longer than usual to get pregnant. It took me about a year longer than usual. And I was so upset, and I was so thinking I was never going to have any more children. And my feeling when Sophia was born, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that I had another baby. I was so grateful. And also when my 2-year-old was born, it was my second boy after 5 girls. And I thought, wow, I can't believe I had 1 boy, and now even have 2 boys. I felt so incredibly grateful. And so just every single time that I have a difficult parenting moment with them, then I remember that feeling of just such intense yearning that I had for these kids, and they really are so adorable and so wonderful. If I could infuse somehow the yearning that I had then, and the incredible gratitude that I felt when they were born, and somehow infuse my the natural frustrations of parenting a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. If I could somehow infuse those frustrating moments with that gratitude and yearning, it's what I've been working on, and I do it several times a day, and it's really, I feel like, making a huge difference. It's making a huge difference in the way that I experience my life as a mom. So I just want to, in conclusion, Jewish moms, it's so important to keep ourselves full. Only a full pitcher can pour water. It's so important this last week before Pesach, to keep yourself full. Also, to keep yourself, to remember, when we're having difficult moments, to remember gratitude for these kids, because really, there's so many, remember yourself before you had that child and how much you were yearning for this baby, And just think of all the people in the world who would give anything to be a mother. So many lonely people in the world who like what they wouldn't give to have a family, to have a home, to be making the seder, to be enjoying the seder with kids around the table. And so I want to wish all of you Jewish moms with a Chag Kasher V'Sameach. I'll be seeing you again making another Peptalk in 2 weeks from now. Chag Sameach.